What's up everybody, welcome back to another drawing tutorial continuing with Marvel Rivals character designs. This one's Spider-Man. It's pretty good. Yeah, it's interesting. The thing between his eyes is like bigger. So as usual with Spider-Man, the webbing can be a challenge, but we will do our best. So pencil eraser, hit pause, we'll go to fast, landscape page, center point of my page about here, we'll do the head up in the top half. I'll try and fit as much of his spider symbol as we can. So his head might be a bit small. Zooming in may be necessary. So I'd say we're in here. So zoom. Go. So I like to start with the eyes for Spidey. So like, say like his like there's like a little spike, right? So we'll do two spikes. So one there, like a little V turned kind of sideways, right? And another one here, okay? And they don't have to be the exact same. It's, you know, it's rough. So you got like this little space in between them. And then the top of his eyelid line will go up and kind of like spike up at the top. So it gets like real spiky up there. And then it comes back down lower than the V we drew at the start, right? So we're below this, see? And then it goes back into that V. So if you're like, you know, wondering what kind of shape is that? It's like a candle flame, you know? Say if the candle was going this way, obviously, you know, the little fire part of a candle flame. So it's like that kind of a shape, okay? And then you go the opposite direction on this side, and it's pretty much the same thing again. We try and keep them the same size, roughly, you know, the same sort of curve. It doesn't have to be like perfectly the same size, remember. Just once you get them like the same height, you know. You could even draw a little line with a ruler if you wanted, just to keep everything in line, you know. And then we'll go back down lower than the spike we started with and about the same height as that one. And that's his outline of his eyes, right? So we have a gray part on the inside, so you're just going to do same thing again but smaller, right? So it's like, you know, if a candle flame had red on the outside and then orange on the inside. So you're just going to do that again about there. And then it comes back down. Boom. Okay, simple. You could just color there black if you wanted, but of course in this they're kind of 3D, so he's got like an extra bit of a 3D line that like makes his the edge of his mask look kind of three-dimensional, like it's sticking up a bit. And I just need to fix my image here, sorry. Hopefully I edit this out. If I don't, I apologize. Yeah, so it kind of like goes like up here. And sometimes they do like a little one along the bottom here, but it's just kind of an edge line. It's nothing sort of major. Just like a light little line. Okay. Now that's optional. You could just color everything black. But if you do that, you have the option of adding shadows, you know, so you do like a little lighter part up here and darker in here. So it's kind of up to you, really. So in terms of like proportion of the head, right? So like say if we were to, I'd say like, it's probably close to the size of his eye, maybe a little bit smaller. So if I put his chin there, right? So So what I was doing is I was measuring kind of his eye, say to like, not like the spiky part, but like there to there. If you go down that much, that's roughly where his chin is. Like if you just, not this spike, just in terms of like size wise. So if I went from here to here and I came down that much, that'll bring me to my chin line, right? So that and that are about the same. Roughly, it's like where his eyebrows would be maybe. And then his jaw will go out, and a jawline usually stops at the, underneath the edge of his eye, right? Now this all depends on like head position and stuff, but like usually it's like underneath the like edge of his eye, this black part maybe, roughly. And then what we'll do is we'll go up the side beside his eye, might have a little bump for his ear, and then it starts to go up to the round part. Let's just say like a little bump out for ear, and then it starts to go up again, right? And if you're wondering like how high you want to go up for the head as well, so I'd say like this point here, like the center of his webbing is like halfway, so that to there, right? So like the top of his head is roughly, your eyes are normally halfway down your head, so I say if his human eyes are here, like in the middle of these, so that and that are about the same. So like the center of the white of his eyes is about halfway, right? So that'll give you the mark for where the top of his skull is. So then you can like bring this down. And as well, like it doesn't have to be exactly perfect or anything. But once you get like the eyes about halfway down, you should be okay. Because like the position of heads change and stuff if he's like tilted forward or looking up or anything. So it'll still look okay. It just might look like his head is in a different position, right? Okay, so that's like the shape for his head. There's no facial features or anything. The thing that makes it sort of look like it's curved and everything is the webbing, right? So we'll do the webbing on the face, and then we'll do body, and then all the detail on that. So his webbing's different. So it like goes down here, there, and then this thing is kind of bigger. Usually it's like in here, but it's like on his forehead nearly, where his eyebrows are, kind of. Yeah, it would be where his eyebrows are. I always find it fascinating how like you can just keep changing a character's costume. So many different ways of drawing Spider-Man. Right, and then we have the spider web, and this is like the most time-consuming part of drawing Spider-Man. So it goes like there, there. And then there's ones that go down like this way to the corners of his chin. Right, and then keep going, trying to build it up as accurately as we can. Now the ones on the face, so that I think, so we got one here. Can't really see what's going on here. But if I was to guess, right, judging by all the other Spider-Men that I've drawn, like that maybe. The sort of Into the Spider-Verse style of animation is really taken over. So it's like, there's all this white color here, so you can't see. But guessing now, there. And then we have the webbing that goes around, like there's like two layers, right? So we'll go this curve, You don't have to do the sound effects. Boop. It's just fun. Boop. Can't see one here. Maybe, no, maybe you can't see that. So, boop, boop. Stop saying boop. Yeah, okay. Right. I can't help but do sound effects when drawing. It's like a habit. Okay, so his neck. Right, he's a skinny guy, but like muscle skinny. So neck is wide-ish. It's like coming down from the jawbone. Right, and his trapezius then kind of comes out from there. Trapezius is the muscle that joins your back to your neck. Okay, and then so you have like muscles from your neck that join your jaw, right? So like from the jaw area down, and these go right into the center of your chest, always, pretty much, in humans, right? So these go all the way down to the middle of where his chest is. So his like spider symbol is here, and his collarbones, they actually draw these in, go out this way, or like top of his chest muscle kind of, they sort of lightly draw it in anyway. Right, and then shoulder comes out this way, and there's all sort of bumps and stuff for his like armor stuff that he wears. But we'll just draw this sort of simple shape first. Maybe this comes further. Okay. Now his chest muscles are kind of here, so it's like his armpit, let's say, so like his armpit will be there, kind of. When his like chest muscle comes in this way. Okay. And then his side body comes down, so it's kind of bumpy because there's all this different parts of his costume. But basically his ribs and stuff kind of go down here. Gets real skinny at the waist. And then his like bicep is like here. Forearm goes off that way. Tricep. Forearm. His forearms are quite big, I guess. He would have big forearms from like swinging. I mean, there's like forearms. That's like a good template for a character facing straight forward, right? Anatomy wise. So details now on this guy, right? Webbing, spidey symbol, and then like breaking everything up into black and red. So we start in the middle. It's always a good way to start. We'll start with the spidey symbol's head. Little curve there, just below the collarbone, and then this comes out like a diamond. Sort of spider head. It kind of reminds me of the Spider-Man 2 symbol. It's like real long. And we'll get most of his legs in anyway. Right, the body, sort of a little V there again. And then this goes, it's quite sharp and long, and these things have like little edge lines, so it kind of looks like they're kind of raised up. So like just these sort of extra little lines around the edge. Just makes them look a bit more three-dimensional. Kind of tricks the eye a bit. Excuse me. Right, 8 legs. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there is 8 actually there. Just counting. So 4 on the bottom half and 4 on the top half. They're kind of joined. So we got like small ones beside the head that kind of look like lightning or something. So they're quite small, right? Okay. Get in there. That way, right? I'm going to do like an edge line on all these as well. Okay. Now these ones go out around his shoulder, the next ones, so they're fairly big. It goes there and just comes up around this. And then it goes back. Seems to go underneath his armpit here. And then comes back up this way. Ooh, am I right? Yeah. Comes down, so it's like lightning again, kind of sharp angles. Now, this one joins the one that goes down there as well, so I'm not going to close off the end of this. But I will add a little bit of edge. Okay, so try and copy this over the other side of his body. Where does that go? So down around. So it goes to about to here. Can make this sharper. Right, and then the bottom part goes into his armpit. Right, and then we got to do some of those edges. Okay, and then we try do the next bit. So this, like, what way does this? Maybe it kind of goes spiking this way. Maybe there. So curve up then that way. This is pretty complicated now, so hit pause if I'm going too fast. And this goes real long down off my page. Okay, I'm going to try and do that on the other side as well. And then just these ones. I'll just do the edge lines then all together. So big long spikes. Okay, and I'll just attempt to make them look a little bit 3D just with these edges. Right. Okay, and then so we divided up into red and blue and black, right? So there's a red line here. Okay. And then there is a black line, like a color on his suit, I mean. And then there's like a red sort of edge line to that. And then a blue one there. We got to do this over here. So it's kind of like the same shape over and over, just building up. So that's the red part. And then the black part, and then a blue part. So 1, 2, I'm just counting, make sure I'm right. 3, yeah, there. And then we got like a little line going in there. And right, there's like a black thing on his arm, like armor separation down that way. Make some lines on that. Okay, so that's the kind of simplified version of all that armor stuff. Now, the rest of the webbing, so it's in this space and then underneath his Spidey symbol, okay? And it's tricky enough now, because there's like 2 different sections, they break up in different ways. So we'll go there, down the middle first. It's the easiest place to begin, okay? These are like the vertical lines. And these like track all the way down, like in between the legs, right? So like over his chest and down that way. So just do your best with this now. Try and get them. This one goes off this way. Like down the chest here. And then the next one goes down his shoulder. That way, and then I think there's one more, but it's like in line with his neck. There's a couple more, but this is like the main one, so it goes that way maybe, and then into here. All right, let me go the other side. There. This goes into the spike that way. Down his chest. This is down the shoulder. And then another sort of goes that way. Comes back in onto his shoulder, I think, here. Now, so there's a couple more verticals, but we'll just get some horizontals on the neck just to kind of some of these curves. Can't see where these ones go, but I guess there. And then there's another layer, right? But it's like, it's got like a little double bump, so there's like other lines in there, right? Because these are wider, so it's like a little bit more complicated than other ones. So there's like a double. Is there more webbing there? I think there is. So this is interesting. So there's like, it's different. So that, I think there should be more here, but it's unclear because of the collarbone line. It's kind of messing me up. Yeah, double bump, double. That way. So when so see the way I've like in here, there's like an extra one, right? So that means they add another vertical down here. And like down here. Do these ones go? Yeah, and these ones go down this way as well. So like, the webbing is always tricky. Right. So what am I missing? The cross one's over here. So like bumps on this and kind of on the shoulder as well. Let's see. Oop, oop, oop. Okay. And then we got like little suggestions of more going that way and okay, and maybe just a couple more underneath here. This is actually tricky Spider-Man webbing. Just trying to fill them in where I can see them really. I have probably missed some, but I'm not really sure. But that looks okay to me. I've seen worse. Yeah. I think I got it all. Marvel Rivals, Spider-Man. Hope it's helpful. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.